I'm just going to let you know we are making snickerdoodle cookies. No. Let's start over. Ugh. Round 4. Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. Today we're actually going to be doing a cooking video, so we will be making snickerdoodles, and yes, they are keto, so I will link the recipe below. I found it on Pinterest. I absolutely love snickerdoodles. They're my favorite cookie ever, so stay tuned and we're going to make some cookies together. Okay guys, we have our oven preheated to 350. I have all the ingredients set aside here for what we're going to need for the snickerdoodles. So I've already got our 2 cups of almond flour here, and it says super fine almond flour. Mine is fine but not super fine, so I mean, it probably will work, but we're going to find out. You're also going to need a pinch of salt, so I've just cut my salt grinder out. 3/4 cup of erythritol granulated sweetener. I have Swerve, so we're going to be using that. Then we also have 1/2 cup of salted butter. It said softened, it almost melted, so we're going to see how that works. And it said a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And then in this little bowl here I have 2 tablespoons of Swerve and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. That's what you're going to roll the cookies in after we are done. So since I actually have a little bit of lumps in this, let me go at it with a fork here, and we're going to try to get some of these lumpies out. You know how it normally is. You put your dry ingredients together first, and for some reason this looks like an awful lot, even though it's supposed to be 3/4 cup. I'm going to go ahead and put the baking soda in. Just want to double check that. Yeah, I guess that does look right. 3/4 cup of the Swerve. So I'm going to mix this together with my fork. All that's mixed in, and we'll get a little bit of salt. So I'm just going to, it said a pinch, so I'm just going to hit the grinder a couple times there. And it seems really weird. I was like, there's no eggs in this. So I went and double checked the recipe on the page that it links you to, and nobody said anything about it not being a correct amount. So it just seems like an awful lot of powder with nothing else to combine it with. It's just so dry. I feel like I need an egg. It's like that's not a lot of butter, you know? So we're gonna try to get this work together and see what we come up with, because it just doesn't seem like a whole lot to me. Maybe it's just me. I mean, it feels kind of like a sugar cookie, but I still feel like there should be more moisture to it. It did say that you'd have to take and roll these into balls. This recipe is supposed to make 16. I was actually going to half it and just do enough for 8. But I figured I would go ahead and just do the full recipe. Man, this stuff's dry. Alright, I'm going to double check the recipe just to make sure it's not missing something here, and we'll come right back to this. What I'm going to do is attempt to put these into balls the way this stuff is and see if we can make it work, and we'll go from there. So let's give her a shot here. See if we can, because it was saying roll it into ball. There's no way in hell I can roll that into a ball. Okay, so I've decided, I've seen a couple other recipes where there is some egg in it, and since it doesn't seem to be sticking together very well because I didn't put my softened butter in there. I use kind of melted butter. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna put, this thing is driving me insane. I'm gonna put an egg in there and we're gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. So we're gonna mix this up. It's probably gonna take a minute to get it all mixed in together, because I went back and watched the video where the person that originally posted it made it, and the butter was softened, not slightly melted, which that was my boo-boo. Hey, you know, it's kind of like live TV. You're watching this as I screw it up. And normally I'm, you know, not one of those people that screws up when I'm making recipes. But today is that day. So now this looks more like a cookie dough with my egg in there. Now I may have to cook it longer because originally I believe it said 15 minutes. But we're going to give her a shot. So I'm going to get this. See, that looks so much better, guys. That looks so much better. Alright, so I am going to use my hands for the rest of this. I want to mix up this cinnamon and sugar mixture here. So we're going to have to roll this stuff in that after we get it done. So let me finish mixing this up, because I know sometimes you just can't get this stuff mixed up good enough unless you use your hands. So what I'm going to do is try to split this in half here, and this should make 8 and this should make 8. 4. I'm kind of OCD and weird. 2 and 2. Okay, so we're gonna roll a ball. Let's see. What up? Nice ball. Anyway, let me make sure this is right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yes, okay. Alright, so this is that. I've already got my sheet, my cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Ball number 1. And once we get them all on there, we actually need to flatten them a smidge. It says to use like the bottom of a glass or cup, or you can use your palm and push down on it. I think if you use your palm, you may end up getting the cinnamon and sugar taken back off of it. But we're going to find out. We're going to see how these puppies cook with my haphazard add in an egg randomness. It just looks and feels so much more like it should. These are big balls. Oh, there we go again, guys. I'm sorry, I'm terrible. Pretty good size, I know that. And it may end up taking a couple of batches. So I'm going to get these rolled out, covered in the cinnamon sugar mixture, and then we will put them in the oven. See, I almost made a boo-boo there. Didn't put any cinnamon on it. It's like the best part. We'll get these all rolled up and coated, and then we'll be back to see how they turn out. We're going to try 15 minutes. I'm going to check on it and see how they look, but I'm going to flatten them out a little bit with something. Probably just going to end up using my hand. Yeah, that works. See that? That looks pretty good. And they're probably not going to raise up at any, but I don't know. I put that egg in there, so that doesn't look too bad flattened like that. So we're going to flatten them like that, and we'll be back after 15 minutes, or if it takes longer, we'll come back and see how they turned out. And then just want to show you too that I actually took some of the cinnamon sugar mixture that we rolled them in that was left over and sprinkled a little bit extra on top. So they're going to go in the oven now and we'll see how they turn out. This is what they look like as soon as I pulled them out of the oven. They actually did kind of swirl out a little bit, and we'll see what they taste like after they cool off. It smells delicious. Okay guys, they turned out great. Took exactly 15 minutes. They taste just like snickerdoodles. I just had my one. I might have another one after dinner. But just want to let you know they turned out great. Please hit the notification bell and you'll be notified anytime I upload new videos. Hit the like button on this video if you really enjoyed what we did and you want to see more. Please let me know if there's any specific type of videos you want me to post, anything cooking related you want me to do. Also, I appreciate everybody that's here watching my channel. I'm really hoping that I can help some others to eat better and to have some things that they didn't think they could have since they cut out sugar. So since my little trivia mishap last time I made some sweets, I decided I've definitely got some Swerve now, so I'm doing it the right way. But it's nice to be able to have something that you used to be able to have before you cut out real sugar and it tastes the same. So it's great. So there's so much out there, guys. You really can't say that you're missing out on anything. So there's almost anything that you can imagine, almost anything that you can imagine that you ate before you change your way of eating, you can eat now. There are ways to do it. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you again. Have a good one.